friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's head-to-head, what if I told you you could have Hopslam all year round? As I mentioned in my review for Bell's Hopslam, you know it's January when Hopslam starts hitting shelves, but do you really have to wait until January to stock up and get your fix of Hopslam? What am I alluding to? Well, today I'm going to take a look at not only Bell's Hopslam, but I'm going to compare it to a beer that's available all year round. That beer is Brother Benjamin from Greenbush Brewing in Sawyer, Michigan. Now, both beers are Imperial IPAs brewed with honey. Both beers clock in at right around 10%. Brother Benjamin edges out Hopslam by 0.1%. So let's get down to business. We'll check this all out. But first, I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer, David Jeffries, Vinny Cat, and Cam Freeman for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, or maybe just throw me a couple bucks to buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.drafttherapy.com, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks available only to patrons. Let's get down to business. So, yeah, Hopslam, it's a great beer. Year to year, it's fairly consistent. This year, it's a little, it was a little bit on the sweet side for me. I like it to be a little bit hoppier. But Brother Benjamin is a beer that's available, like I said, all year round. I see it on shelves all year. And it can be just as fresh as Hopslam. Brother Benjamin is, like I said, an IPA brewed with honey. Same here, an Imperial IPA. And 10.1%, not too bad. So this one is actually from, I believe this is from December 16th, 2021. This got canned on January 4th, 2022. So really about a month different. Probably not going to notice that much of a difference, but that's why we're here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Hopslam first, smell it, pour it, and then do the same thing with the Greenbush Brother Benjamin. We'll talk about the flavor, the mouthfeel, all that stuff, and kind of compare them side to side, head to head. That's what a head to head is, right? So let's go ahead and start with Hopslam. It's the champ. Most people's opinion, it's probably the champ. I don't know how many people are familiar with Brother Benjamin, but you probably should. So let's do it. So yeah, getting a nice hoppy aroma. Getting a little bit of citrus, a little bit of pininess. A little bit of a sweet aroma in there as well. If we go ahead and pour that, it comes out a nice golden yellow. This is a smaller Tiku, so I'm not going to be able to fit quite as much here. But, and I'm using two identical Tikus. I have two Eastern Market Tikus, Ferndale Project Tikus. They're going to do the exact same thing. We're getting about 2 fingers of head. It has a bit of an orange, a little bit off-white, maybe shading a little bit towards the yellow, towards the orange, just a hair. If we hold it up, it's fairly, has a little bit of a haze to it, but not too bad. There's a nice stream of carbonation rising up through there. I can definitely see my fingers through there. To me, it is quite golden yellow, maybe a little bit towards the orange side. To you, it's probably looking a little bit more coppery. And putting a nose on it. Yeah, it has a nice sweet aroma, has a little bit of a malty sweetness in there. I picked up a little bit more on a hoppy kind of characteristic on the nose out of the can, but out of the glass, definitely more of a sweet aroma. Like I said, a little malty, maybe a little bit of a citrusy kind of aroma. So on Brother Benjamin, always in bottles. Nice bit of vapor coming up there. We got our same Tiku glass. Putting a nose on the bottle itself, I'm getting a little bit more of a sweet citrus aroma. Let's go ahead and pour it. This one's coming out almost identical in color to the Hopslam. The head is not quite as vivacious. It's a little bit, actually the color on the finish on the pour is a little bit different. I'm getting about a half a finger where I was getting about 2 fingers on the Hopslam. If we hold it up there, it has a little bit more, to me, has a little bit more of a reddish quality to it. Not quite as pale, but still pretty similar. I can see through. This is a super clear. There's no confusing that I'm seeing my fingers directly through there. Has a nice stream of carbonation, same thing. The head is a little bit more on the white side. Nose on this one, I'm getting a little bit more of that citrus hoppy aroma. Maybe a little bit of a malty sweetness. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave them on each side. We got Hopslam, obviously. We got Brother Benjamin. Now comes to the taste test. I'm going to try Hopslam first. We're going to talk about the mouthfeel, talk about the flavor. See how it goes. Cheers. So mouthfeel here, it's a nice kind of medium mouthfeel. It's not on the heavy side. 10% doesn't taste like it, or it doesn't feel like it on the mouthfeel. It's right dead center right just medium, maybe a little bit shying towards the light end of medium, but it's pretty medium. The flavor, there's a bit of a sweetness here. There is a malty sweetness. It's like a dry kind of sweetness. I'm not really picking, not so much up on the honey. On the aftertaste, that's where you get the citrus kind of hoppiness. You get that malty sweetness in there as well. You get that citrus hoppiness. You get a little bit of a piney on the very finish. Now with Brother Benjamin, let's talk about the mouthfeel. Brother Benjamin is a little bit it's a little bit lighter than Hopslam. I feel like Hopslam's just a tad pushing towards the medium a little bit more. It's a tiny bit heavier on the mouthfeel for Hopslam. Let's talk about the flavor here. Getting malty sweetness, getting, I don't know if I'd say so much honey, but it's a little bit more of a malty sweetness. It's a little bit sweeter. The hoppiness is a little bit lower. When you try them right side by side, I feel like Brother Benjamin is a little bit less on that kind of bitter hoppy piece. You get a little bit more of a citrus, not so much of a piney bitterness on the hop kind of profile side of it. Let's go back to back and literally, truly go back to back. I'll do Hopslam, then Brother Benjamin. We'll see which one kind of tickles me a little bit better. Hopslam, I feel like, has a little bit more of a dry kind of a dryness that comes through on the aftertaste. It almost has this, to me, it has like this kind of, it would pair really well with a really sharp, dry cheddar cheese. Like when you get into those sharper cheddar, like sharp, I don't know how much more sharp you can get, like extra sharp cheddar cheese. I really don't know. You get like a real dryness on like when you're eating one of those. It's creamy, it's cheese. Obviously you get that creaminess, but you get like a dryness to it. You get that sharp kind of quality. I feel like Hopslam has a little bit more of that sharpness. Where I feel like Brother Benjamin also has that sharpness, that same kind of characteristic, but Hopslam is just a little bit sharper. It just has a little bit more of that sharpness to it. It's not, it's just a little bit less mild. Like I feel like Brother Benjamin just has that, it has that sharpness, but it's just a little bit more mild. But they are very comparable. They have a really similar kind of whole vibe. Like the whole vibe to both beers is very similar. They're both Imperial IPAs brewed with honey. They're both really close to 10%. Like I said, Brother Benjamin's 10.1, Hopslam is 10%. I don't know the hops that are used in both of these, so I can't say for sure, or the malt bill that's used, for both beers. So I can't say that I don't know if they're, close. They could be identical. I really don't know. I have no clue. I'm not privy to that information. But between the two, I think I would probably pick. I pick Hopslam because it has just a little bit of a different kind of characteristic that I'm looking for personally on the upfront flavor. It has a little bit more of that sweetness, a little bit of that malty sweetness. I love malty IPAs. It's like one of my favorite, kind of the Midwest IPA style. It's one of my favorite styles of IPAs. When it's done right, I feel like it can't be touched. Not that Brother Benjamin doesn't have that. It's just, there's like a little characteristic at the very beginning of Hopslam, at the very front of the flavor, that I like a little bit more. But Brother Benjamin is available all year. It's not something that you have to, not so much these days that you have to go run out and get Hopslam. I know that Hopslam is found on shelves some places, some places where it's just not picked up as much. You can find it into early February, mid-February, sometimes like early March at the very latest. But I do think that they are still very comparable. I feel like Brother Benjamin isn't quite as bitter, doesn't have quite as much bitterness to it. but you can get it all year round. You know, it's not something that you have to run out and get, like I was saying about Hopslam. You can get it, you can go and get it a little bit later. And, you know, it's fairly comparable. They're so very close. The Hopslam just has a little bit more of the sweetness, a little bit more of the maltiness that I like. I feel like Brother Benjamin is still very sweet. It has that nice hoppy bitterness on the finish, but it's not... Neither of them are super bitter these days. I feel like they put a lot more emphasis on the sweetness, especially on Hopslam. I can't say that Greenbush's Brother Benjamin has changed over time, but for something that's available all year round that I've been able to find on shelves multiple places, I've seen it, you know, at my local bottle shops, the Trader Joe's that I go to that I buy beer on occasion always has Brother Benjamin in stock. I see it, you know, all over the place. And Hopslam, something it feels like they push it as being more limited and something that's harder to get. And they do only, you know, brew it or put it on shelves in January, right? So it kind of runs out a little bit quicker, but something that you can get all year round. If you're looking for an alternative, if you're somebody that really loves Hopslam and it's like, man, it's July and I really wish I could have a fresh Hopslam, take a look at Brother Benjamin from Greenbush Brewing in Sawyer, Michigan. It's available all year round, and it is very comparable. Both really great beers. I have to give the edge to Hopslam, but definitely in the running for a great double IPA brewed with honey, Brother Benjamin from Greenbush Brewing. All right, friends, that has been a head-to-head with Hopslam from Bell's Brewery and Brother Benjamin from Greenbush Brewing. Have you done this side-by-side before? I've been meaning to do this video for years. Again, Hopslam's only available for a short time, and I wasn't sure when Brother Benjamin was brewed, when I found it on shelves, because I can see it all year round, how fresh it was. Do you have a preference between these two? Have you done a side-by-side? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell, because I'm here talking about beer twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's all for free for viewers just like you. It's not just reviews, it's side-by-sides. Go out to places, talk to people. You might get exposed to something that you weren't expecting to get exposed to by watching and being subscribed. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are. These guys are in Comstock, Michigan. These guys in Sawyer, Michigan. And until next time, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Cheers.